Hey, thank you for joining us. You are the Infinity, we're the Plus Three, and today we're going to be talking about a little movie called X-Men Apocalypse. This first video is going to be our spoiler-free video, so if you're watching this and you haven't seen it yet, don't worry, we're not going to spoil it for you. I'm Amit.
I'm Selbin.
I'm Antonio.
And let's go ahead and get started, guys. I think the first thing we were going to talk about is the story.
So the story, I really wanted to like this movie. I thought it was kind of weak. Like the idea of Apocalypse could have been so much better. It just didn't seem like he was powerful enough. I just felt they could have done so much more with it.
It irritates me that you have a villain as good as Apocalypse, and
Yeah.
you don't build him up. Since Apocalypse is such a good character, they should have started building him up in X-Men First Class. They should have showed like a scene in Egypt or something, and just showed you like all this is going on, and started somehow building them up, and then it should have come to fruition here. They just built up this entire story of Apocalypse and
2 seconds.
got rid of it by the end. So it was all craziness.
I personally didn't like the story. I thought it was average at best. They did have a lot of cliches.
I also think the storyline was just okay. It could have been a hell of a lot better. I wouldn't necessarily say they dropped the ball, because I still think it was better than Age of Ultron, which, in my opinion, so far, that's been probably the weakest, big, giant budget superhero movie in a while. So, it was decent. The story was alright, but the problem is with this specific franchise, you expect a lot better than all right.
Especially after the first two they had.
Yeah,
And
Days
Days
of
of
First
Future-
Class was so good. So was Days of Future Past.
Past, which was one of my favorite.
Really?
I really like Days of Future
I like
Past.
First Class better, personally.
You liked it better?
First Class was better.
It reminded us of. It reminded me of X-Men First Last Stand.
Yeah.
The third one.
really
Something
did.
like that. It was
Even
very.
though they make a joke in the movie about being like the third movie the worst, this was the worst.
It was by far the worst.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Every movie, though, ends up having, like, one scene that I really remember.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in the first X-Men First Class, it was where Magneto is, like, in this bar in Germany or something. And these guys who killed his family are sitting at the bar. Or, like, two Nazis are sitting at the bar. And he's just, like, sitting there and he fucking kills one of them with a spike or something. That was just always stuck in my mind because he was so badass. The second movie, the Quicksilver scene, that always stuck in my mind. And now in this movie...
Quicksilver again.
Yeah, probably Quicksilver again.
again.
I thought the characters were... I mean, honestly, there's not a whole lot to say.
Yeah.
They're pretty much the same. There's a couple of new characters, but I didn't think they were anything spectacular. There was nobody where I was like, damn, I'm so glad this person's in it. I was really hoping that Channing Tatum would show up as Gambit. But maybe he does. I don't know.
With me, there was like no development of the new characters. They were just kind of just there, either good or bad, and there was just like very little to them except for possibly like Cyclops, I guess. It just felt like something was missing, like a really strong either good guy or a bad guy, like a protagonist, antagonist.
I mean, I agree with Selvin wholeheartedly on this one. There was no character that I felt anything for, really. Even Xavier, which is supposed to be like the main good guy or whatever.
Which they already built.
I
over the
really,
years, yeah.
yeah, they didn't build him up anymore.
Mhm.
I mean, in fact, they probably maybe even built up Magneto the most. But even his build up in storyline was meh.
Yeah.
Without getting anything away, at the end of the movie, he's supposed to have that come to realization moment, and even that realization moment was not what you thought was gonna be. Because I thought they were gonna go a certain way with the way they were building up the story, and then they're like, fuck it, we're not gonna do that. They do a lot of cliches, and this is actually one cliche that I actually wish they did.
Yeah, it's like they were so afraid of doing another cliche. They were like, let's not do this one. We only have a million more.
Cyclops was the most out of the new characters that was actually built up. Storm wasn't built up at all. What's Olivia Munn's character? I forgot what her name is. She wasn't built up at all either. One of my favorite characters in the comic books of X-Men is actually Archangel. They did nothing with him. They were supposed to try to make him badass in the beginning. Again, no storyline. It's like all these superhero movies, which Marvel usually does a really good job of, but previous past, any superhero movie or any movie that has a bunch of characters in it, you don't get that storyline with them, where you don't get that build-up of like, oh, I really like this character. you just throw them in there and that's how I felt about this movie. Like Jubilee was in there, it's like didn't do anything. You knew she was Jubilee.
That was
she
Jubilee?
wearing-
It looked like her. I mean, she
Yeah.
had the outfit.
She has the outfit.
Did she even get a line?
She had like a few lines in it, but nothing
Nothing substantial. in
nothing
the story.
stood out. It's like, oh look, that's Jubilee. And I don't know if you guys want to get into this, like the costumes. That was the only person that you'd look at and be like, oh, that's Jubilee.
Yeah.
Because everybody else has this like terrible costumes. Even one of the things about X-Men is their iconic suits. You know, Wolverine is yellow with a little bit of blue, and you know Cyclops is a lot of blue with a little bit of yellow. There's supposed to be that contrast between them. One's supposed to be straight and narrow. The other one's supposed to like do his own thing, and that's why they do that, where they have Wolverine as yellow and Cyclops as blue. And in this movie, he's like, you don't even have that blue iconic character of Cyclops.
Well, did they do that in any of the other movies?
That's what they haven't
They've
done
done
that
it like
in-
very briefly, where they've shown certain characters with their coloring. The only character that I've seen in the entire Marvel thing that's really true to their suit color is Deadpool.
Well, Marvel at least tries to sort of do something with their suits, right? Somewhat. They even get close to it. With this, it's like all plain black. First Class, they were all had that same blue suit, which would sort of make sense because in the very first X-Men, they had that one unique looking suit. But eventually, they all deviate, and they all have their own special suits. And you can look at them and be like, oh, this character is Cyclops. This character is Wolverine. This character is Gambit. This character is this. But just by looking at their clothes, you can't do that with this movie.
But I don't think that makes the huge difference in the world, though, because there has been good X-Men movies and where they haven't done that with the costumes and everything. I mean, maybe it could have added a little bit to it, but in the end, it was just the story.
I mean,
To be honest with you,
the
I'm
story
kind
and
of
the
glad.
character development.
I'm kind of glad that they didn't do the suits, because if this is the movie they chose to have the iconic suits, I would have been like, really?
But
Put
they
it in a
give me
better
something.
movie.
They didn't even give me a good movie.
But yeah, the suits could have been better. They weren't really anything special to look at. You didn't see any of these characters and go like, damn.
how
that looks crucial.
would you rank this in terms of the 3 summer blockbusters from?
I haven't seen Superman, so I definitely would give Captain
Well,
America
Captain America, yeah, obviously.
one
would be better.
and this two.
Deadpool, Captain America.
Oh, that's right, Deadpool too. Was that
Was
this?
that this year? Now it's February though.
I think
Oh, that was
still
very
this
early.
year though.
Or was it this year? But it was
If we had to,
February.
if we put in Deadpool there, it probably.
Deadpool would be second for me.
For me, it's Deadpool, Captain America, and then Superman, and then this one.
I mean,
rank
I'm
this on
going to
the
get a
list.
ton of hate at this, but I think I actually enjoyed Batman vs Superman more than Deadpool.
Really?
I actually think I did. I actually think I enjoyed.
I want
it
to see
more.
the movie. You saw
Not
it.
because of a good, not because it's a good movie, just because I thought the action was ridiculous, and that's what made me enjoy it. You know, sometimes just in basic action movie or Sylvester Stallone movie, sometimes they're just
Hey,
They
there you
just
have it.
entertain you.
There you
They
have it.
just
He said he
entertain you.
likes Deadpool better than, or no, he
No,
said he
it's-
likes Captain America better than Deadpool.
No.
Comment.
Oh,
Let us know.
Yeah,
yeah,
and we all said
Captain
that.
America, yeah.
We
oh,
all
you,
said that.
yeah.
Wait, what did you say?
I said Batman vs Superman.
Oh yeah, never mind. He said he likes Batman vs Superman better than Deadpool.
Mhm.
Better than Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds, are you watching this? Comment, Ryan. Let us know your thoughts.
Oh yeah, because he doesn't already have everything. Like he's gonna be listening to me.
Missing out, Ryan.
What? No, I like Deadpool though. I'm not hating on it. I just
No, you're just saying that you like one of the shittiest movies better.
You said you liked it. You said you
I'm
liked
kidding.
Batman
I'm
vs
kidding. I'm
Superman.
kidding. I mean, I still think that this is probably a little bit better than Batman vs Superman. I don't know. I don't know if what I'd rank better. I'd have to see it again. All I know is this movie didn't really leave me with much where I'm like, damn, that was good. You know, I wouldn't really watch it again. You know what I think it was with this movie? Okay, so X-Men First Class, they are bringing in a new franchise. So they had a really good story. They're introducing new characters. They're doing all this. They're building something they can make a lot of
And I
movies
like
off
the
of.
characters in those.
Characters were great.
They
did
built them
great.
up.
They did great development. Now in the second movie, they had a terrific story. The Days of Future Past was awesome.
Oh yeah,
In this movie,
and that
the
should have
story's
ended
not
it.
that good. They're not building up characters. They're not setting it up really for another movie. They're
Well, they sort of are.
kind of, but not
Which
a
is-
whole lot. I think you know what this was. This was a moneymaker. It's been 2 years. We need to make a movie, and we have an okay script. Rework it, get it done, and they made the movie on time, and they put it out, and they're gonna make a shitload of money.
So like,
Even the characters that are already developed still they weren't even
You
all
didn't feel
that
anything for
likable.
them.
Dude, it didn't even seem like
It's
Jennifer
amazing to
Lawrence
me.
wanted to be in the movie.
Yes, yes.
She's
She was
such a
like-
good actress,
Yeah.
but yeah, she
She
seemed
was-
like she didn't even want
I
to.
did read about
mean-
that about her, that she said that
She
in
didn't wanna
some
wear the
interview,
blue.
yeah, she's tired of the blue and everything.
She didn't want to
so-
wear the blue. I mean,
Yeah.
you can make millions.
Apparently, she got pissed off because, like, I think I saw this on Jimmy Fallon or Stephen Colbert or something like that. She had to put on like 8 hours worth of makeup for the suit, and then towards the end of filming this movie, one of the prop people or whatever, made a like latex suit that she could put on so she doesn't have to sit through 8 hours of makeup. And she was kind of pissed, like, hey, if you could do this, why have I been sitting through all this makeup for so long? I mean, if
For-
you're getting the kind of money
for,
she's
like,
getting,
millions.
you really shouldn't be bitching. But you know,
I'll wear
what
my
can you do?
birthday suit. Give me
She's
$1
a
million,
great actress.
I'll wear my birthday
Everyone
suit.
says they don't
Everybody
sell
wants to see
out
that.
and all that stuff, but once you make that kind of money, she's probably like, well, why should I have to do this for $10
She's,
million?
yeah, because she's
Yeah.
getting the same or more money for other roles where she
Where she
don't
doesn't
have to do
all
that
shit.
type of thing.
Yeah.
Like for her, maybe the X-Men, she probably, maybe, I don't know her, but maybe she just doesn't care about comic books and this is just another role for her. So, you know,
Well,
so she
yeah.
was just like,
Maybe her
whatever.
character was not supposed to really be that happy or care, but she didn't seem like
She
she wanted
seemed
to be.
very bored. She
Yeah.
seemed very bored.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she did not put in a good.
Yeah, this is probably her weakest performance.
It was
I've
all.
seen.
It was all like just, like, oh yeah, we gotta go save him.
Okay. So let's do our final summaries, and we'll answer one question for you that's a bit of a spoiler, but you need to know it. There is an end credit scene, so stay through. If you haven't watched it yet, stay through the credits. There's a scene right at the end that you need to watch. We'll probably mention it in our next video, which is going to be a, video filled with spoilers, like spoilers up the wazoo. So watch that video after you watch the movie. Make sure you stay in the movie for the end credit scene. And my final summary is that I
I'm
love this
hungry.
movie. Yeah, he's hungry. I thought the movie was just all right. Through 10, I would give this movie maybe a 5.
It's slightly above average, so I'd give it a solid 6.
That's kind of where I.
It's one of those where, like, hey, if it's on TV, on TNT, later down the road, and I'm doing something else, and it's on in the background, I'll be like, okay, I'll leave it on in the background.
Yeah, there was a couple good scenes that worth watching. Maybe one more time, but then I'll completely forget about it until the next X-Men come out. You're like, oh yeah, what happened in that last one? I'd probably do like a 6.2. Like it was a little slightly better than average. Action's pretty good, but other than that, nothing special. Compared to what came out a few weeks ago, which was amazing, this just doesn't.
I think that's the
Doesn't
biggest
fit.
downfall, is the fact that Captain America came out first.
Do you think this one would get slightly higher reviews if there was no Captain America?
Yes.
Really? Maybe, because in people's minds...
Slightly.
They're
not
one
so much.
Slightly,
something
because
up
you're
to that.
fresh off your mind off of this, like, probably one of the better Marvel movies to come out in the past, like, 5 years, where you're like, and then you go see this, and you're like, well, this doesn't live up to it.
You know what? Maybe that's why they released Captain America first, because they were like, let's give them the better movie first. Because if they see this, they may not all come for Captain America.
That's true.
Maybe. But
they're
if they
too-
see Captain America, they're like, oh, Captain America's great. Let's go see X-Men now. And you're like,
Yes.
oh, wait, they just did this one for the money.
Yeah.
But guess what? We didn't have to pay for it. We got a free pass to go to another movie.
That's right.
Now.
Yeah.
So thank you, Regal, for playing the wrong version, pausing the movie, giving us free tickets, and then resuming it.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I can
I
live
We
with
don't
that.
mind it. All right, well, thank you for joining us. Check out our next video. That's going to be the spoiler version. It's going to be much longer. We're actually going to play poker and not just eat peanuts. And,
I'm gonna eat peanuts.
well, I'm going to eat some too.
I'm
But
gonna
we're
eat his peanuts too.
Yeah, just only peanuts.
There is a joke in there somewhere, but I won't say it.
Yeah.
Thank you again for joining us. Check out our other video. Comment, like, subscribe, all that great stuff. And, we'll see you next time. Peace out.